mercenaries from your lot already ran off. This is a breach of contract. There's penalty fees for that sort of thing, you know.
The Manol mercenaries keep asking us for shift rotations ahead of schedule. They're shirking their responsibilities right in front of you. Are you blind? I already knew you were lacking any real wartime experience. But at least listen to those with the experience you lack. No matter how high the pay, we can't continue to work in a place like this. We quit! If you have any complaints, be sure to bring it up with Odelphin at the office.
This here's the Snowstorm Guard Post. Hired through Odelphin's mercenaries office, were you? I'm only gonna explain the situation once, so listen up. Our mission is to defend this location from the Okjinshinny. Ailton is to our backs. We're the town's last line of defense.
Is such incompetence catching?
What did you say?
If you heard not, I must have spoken not. We came here looking for the winter tree researcher, Tabudai.
You scoundrel! If I wasn't on duty right now, I would have...
Are you looking to test your skills?
Tabudai is no longer here. She left the post to investigate the tree at Bronte's Bolt.
Good. We were in search of that tree ourselves. Let us head there. You! We have need of a guide.
Who gave the order to abandon your post? Are you a madman? Huh? I'm the one in charge here. You! Which mercenary guild are you from? Oh ho! That attire! Any chance you're one of Billow's rookies? Do you know who I am? I'm Aijin! I was chummy with Billow's baby brother before you earned your first coin.
What's with all the ruckus? Why is Aijin blowing his top?
Oh! Gunbold! Look at these big, strong mercenaries I have brought you.
Hmm? Ah, it's been a while. Still the jokester, it seems. But I did warn you. This place is dangerous. You shouldn't be here. I promised you'd be the first to know if we find any trace of the Khan. Though, while you're here, pay a visit to Temujin at the training ground. We finally got a hold of some injured winter tree spirits. But Temujin is terrified of them. It would be great if you could go over and give him a hand.
Oh, so you wrangled some up, huh? Wow! I suppose I could lend a hand. Be right back!
You scoundrel! If I wasn't on duty right now, I would have...
Lando, still a young and foolish Abetz, was naive enough to bring you here. But I don't care what you came here to do. You shall not pass. Especially if you intend to bring along Lando, the heir of our Khan. But I am the commander of this post. If you have something to say, I will listen.
As someone that bore the fangs of the lion and fought for our freedom, it pains me to see you in such a state as this. You recruit far too many mercenaries, causing them to bicker among themselves while you stand there without an inkling of concern for the infighting that ensues. You say they merely need to stand guard, but they let us in, complete strangers, without the tiniest bit of suspicion. You're so filled with fear of your enemies, you can't even imagine going to fight them on the field. How do you plan to win a war like this? Is Ailton sitting atop a gold mine? Hiring all these third-rate mercenaries that enlist to do a mediocre job and collect their pay. If you've not struck gold here, then these people are being bled dry for nothing. If you too are mercenaries, then you will need to work for your money's worth.
You are 100% correct. I fully acknowledge my complete incompetence 100 times over. I guess I needn't worry about leaving Lando's life in such capable hands. Let's continue talking inside. I'll get the drinks ready.
We must be careful going to that place. It's Okjinshinny territory.
What is a winter tree, actually? You look fairly young. Sure you're even old enough to have seen war?
Seen war? I'm constantly embroiled in it.
Oh, spoken like a commander. Leadership experience is pretty impressive for one of your age.
I apologize if I am unmoved by the praise of a third-rate commander that can't even keep a mercenary army of this size in order.
This guy's got fire in him. Once you get older, you'll learn. The world has no outcome brought about without reason. But anyway, you said you're looking for Bronte's bolt.
We will be heading beyond it to the Mountain of Eternal Winter. We are currently undergoing the trials of the 6 witches.
Looking for the Yenix, I see. We have a saying around here. There are 4 seasons within the winter, and they revolve around the Yenix.
And you're telling me this because...
Right now, out of the 4 winters, this is the winter that courts death. Best to stay out of winters like this. I shall allow you passage to Bronte's bolt, but there's a catch.
We are not taking Lando.
This guy, sharp as a blade he is. The abets that once called those ruins their home gather there. Talk with them, and they will help you with your trial.
From Commander Gunbold? Phew. Well, I think you can lend me a hand first. The soldier in charge of rationing just picked up and left without a word. Sheesh. I thought we were kinda close. Seems I was mistaken.
You can do the cooking. I will ration it.
Everyone is starving. Empty bellies make for empty talk, as they say. If you can make it up this far, you must know some cooking basics.
Now I feel like I can survive. And wow, this tastes so much better. Did we change cooks?
Ganbold told us to ask you about Bronte's bolt. I'm truly aware of how hard it is to rebuild from utter ruin. However, I must know the details. Could you assist me?
It's such an old tale that most of them won't remember. However, forgotten tales are somewhat of a specialty of mine. Paternal Chief Records Officer at your service. A few days after the humans had left for the Forbidden Black Mountain to meet the Great Founder, a new group of humans arrived and began to uproot a white tree devoid of leaves. "Why are you uprooting this tree?" Ale asked, to which the humans replied, "This lightning-struck tree was once Bronte's, the Witch of Thunder. She used it to teach us how to tear off a dragon's wings. We were grateful for her wisdom, but when storms came, lightning would set the tree ablaze. Now, the witch is gone, as will we be soon, who will douse the flames that threaten to engulf our village, until all that existed here exists no more upon our return." Ale thought a moment. "There's no need to uproot the tree. We will keep it safe in your absence." But the human replied, "Would you take the witch's wisdom from us? Only we can rule over the dragons." And with that, they uprooted the tree with finality and left. But Ale couldn't stand it. Much like the dazzling light at a Weena's tail, he felt the tree calling out to him, this time in painful moans. His tears began to flow, but when they hit the ground, in their place grew another tree. As for the humans' fears, well, they never came to be. After the witch's death, an eternal winter befell this place.
Then, ultimately, as soon as it rains, lightning will strike the Bronte's bolt tree.
It is nearly impossible for rain to fall there by natural means. Actually, it is impossible. But for Invish, the sage of the Abets.
Everyone, get up and head to cover! It's Professor Tabudai. She's returned with grave injury from Bronte's bolt!
Professor, take this oak pill of flames. It will slow the spread of the poison.
Poison? The Oak-Jinshini are using poison?
Gonbold, no. It's not the Oak-Jinshini. It's you.
from Alwina's tale. Is Lando here as well? Bring him here. I have something urgent to tell him.
Look at this! It's a winter spirit! How did they catch it alive? Didn't anyone ever tell you not to build houses around sick little trees? What did you say? Professor Tabudai? Oh, okay, I'll go right now. Professor Tabudai! Huh? What is that odious scent?
It's poison. Don't inhale too much of it. I don't have much time. Listen carefully. Tell your quick-footed friends in your fleeing fox squad, was it? Do you remember your lessons on the ecology of winter trees? It's of little matter now. There are 2 ways the winter trees survive. First, by getting carried off on the winds of Everfrost. Much like dandelion seeds, the farther the seeds travel, the stronger the mountain becomes. Second is by the Okjinchini planting them. Return, return, they sing. Planting them because they have a superstitious belief that Libresca will return when she sees the jade light of the winter tree. That's why I believed the Dreadwinter trees were also planted by the Okjinchini. However, I was wrong.
Professor, you need to save your breath. The poison will...
A monster that I've never seen was planting a seed near Bronte's bolt tree. And as soon as the seed was planted, it sprouted and grew. The very Dreadwinter trees we saw. They are using the winter trees as some sort of indicators. So we need to tell everyone in the area of the Mountain of Eternal Winter to find all the locations where the Dreadwinter trees took root. Also, get them to safety until these indicators have been analyzed.
What about the monster? Did it flee?
Probably. But it couldn't have gotten far. I bound it with the tooth of the swamp when it wounded me.
A new enemy. A new threat. Commander Gunbold, I have a proposition. First, I need you to evacuate everyone at the refugee camp to Ailton. Send your fastest men to the southern and eastern watchtowers. As for the rest of your soldiers, have them assist the villager evacuation. Then, have them all gather here and stand in formation. Unfortunately, we have zero knowledge about this new threat. But, if you focus on mustering the best defense you can here, that will allow us to go out in search of the monster. However, if we are successful in vanquishing it, then you must help us make a lightning bolt strike the Bronte's boat tree. This blood likely came from the Professor. We'll follow the trail to the monster. So this is Bronte's boat tree. Huh. The monster is definitely still close by.
Whoa. Seeing your skills up close, I was right on the mark about you. During my entire life at the bottom of this mountain, I've never seen the likes of... What are you doing?
I'm taking its poisonous fang. We'll surely have need of it.
Hey! What are you standing around slack-jawed for? Follow his lead! You intend to stay weak and defenseless?
I've never once seen this monster on the path of prophecy. To think that the Okchinchini weren't the ones responsible for the Dreadwinter plantings.
Commander Gunbold made us a promise that he would aid us in making lightning strike the Bronte's bolt tree. Is it you? The one who will aid us with the witch's trial?
That's correct. Pardon me for the late introduction. I am Invish, the shaman of the Abets.
They've all been planted, oh great shaman.
You think I would use the last gift the witch bestowed upon the humans that settled this site?
I have no idea what that is, but if I were a betting man, and I am, I'd say it's something amazing.
Though we dared to forget the wisdom of lightning. Please, just this once, forgive us of this sin, and bestow, once more, the wisdom that tore the wings of dragons.
It's like a miracle.
Someday, far in the future, I'm sure it will be told as a tale of mere fiction. On the path of prophecy, this is known as the Star of the Winterland. A Winterland world blanketed with snow. There, all worldly boundaries are erased, as the snow unites all within as one. A majestic castle that pierces the heavens, and the tattered tenements that loiter unseen in its shadow. The radiant beauty, the festering wounds, all become one in the ever-mounting snow. This is why we love the mountain of eternal winter. We believed it would be eternal. That was our hubris. After the mysterious explosion at the Sherakan iron mines, a sound we hoped would never be heard echoed from the mountain. From the silent haven of slumbering origin, a steady crackling, likely from the Yenix, since the haven is the cradle that embraces it. Obviously, the Yenix was lost long, long ago. However, before we could make sense of it all, these monsters began to appear. If it is a life birthed by the mountain, we cannot raise arms against them. Please, take on this burden that we cannot, so that the mountain of origin may keep its peace.
The fourth witch is Lesha, the Witch of Fever. The Star of the Winterland seeks the face that it lost, where life and death cycles in the heavens. For the first time since we started this journey, I can confidently say I have no idea. But, Master Shaman, you know, right?
Where life and death cycles in the heavens, that would be at the end of the path of prophecy in Jade Starlight Forest.
The Okchinchini's Jade Starlight Forest? That Jade Starlight Forest? That's where my dad went and never returned from. No, it's too dangerous. Why does it have to be there? I can't go with you guys. Oh, what'll you do without me to save you?
As if that's of any concern. I never expected you to be useful. We just need to cut down whoever gets in our way. Let's go.
Please, Tread carefully. Our Khan, the leader of the Abets, may still be alive. Whatever you do, please, don't do anything that would put him in danger.
When did the Oak Jinshini destroy this place?
After he entered the Jade Starlight Forest.
Then he is most likely dead.
No! How can you say such a thing?
If you are the heir of the Khan, you must look the ugly truth of reality in the eye, then search carefully for any sign of hope. I'll ask again, why did you want to climb that mountain?
Then allow me to make this one request. Please talk to the Bahitram people at the entrance to the Jade Starlight Forest first. There are those that have observed the Okjinshini for much longer than we. They could have seen signs that we might have missed.
Let's move quickly.